So, turn of events. Turn of events. Some people don't really like this news. It's seemingly confirmed now. Well, looking like it is. Anyway, Dave Batista is closing deals for Highlander and Roadhouse 2. The main one here is Highlander. I thought this was done. I distinctly remember talking about this before. Or, I don't know, maybe it was a weird fever dream. But, yeah, Dave Batista is set to play the enemy in Highlander. I don't hate it. I mean, he's certainly no Clancy Brown, right? He's going to be playing the Kurgan. He doesn't have the chops for it, or the stature anymore, because he's sort of shrunken down. I don't know who you'd get to go up against Henry Cavill, because he's a big guy as well. Maybe, and I really do hate this guy, Martin Ford. He would hold a candle to Henry Cavill, size-wise, stature-wise. Certainly taller than Henry Cavill and bigger. So I don't love this news. I don't hate it either. It's kind of like a neither here nor there thought at this point in time. So let's take a look though. Please do hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. Turn the bell notifications on. This movie's just steamrolling ahead now. It's found its home at Amazon. So, sources tell Deadline that the Dune franchise actor is closing in on 2 Amazon MGM Studios movies. Chad Stahelski's Highlander, which UA is also behind, and Roadhouse 2, which Dave Bautista was also circling. So, for Highlander, Dave Bautista will start opposite Henry Cavill in Stahelski's revival of the 1980s classic swordsman movie. Deadline hears that he's playing the Kurgan, a character made famous by Clancy Brown in the original Sean Connery, Christopher Lambert film. So Kurgan, or the Kurgan, was an immortal who was a contender for the prize, the power of all the immortals who ever lived. During his life, Kurgan was a bad dude, killing, raping, taking the heads of many immortals. And in the original movie, he's a foe of Lambert's Connor MacLeod. It was fantastic. Clancy Brown's Kurgan's like one of the best movie villains of all time. Because he just loves it. Like, he absolutely loves it. He just lives for that. And then, you know, so back when we first introduced to him, he's like a black horseman rider, basically. Like, he's all draped in black, with a skull, sort of face armor thing. It's super badass. And then when you see him in the 80s, he's like a punk rocker. It's brilliant. Like, it's wicked. It's such a cool character. I don't think Batista would be... I don't know. I don't know. Could be fine. Might not be fine. I'm very, like, undecided on this at this point in time. I want to say it's bad, but I don't know. It's a tricky one for me. It's a tricky one. So Batista joins Roadhouse 2 opposite Jake Gyllenhaal, who's coming back as ex-UFC fighter Dalton, from a script by Will Beal. Roadhouse 2 is produced by Atlas Entertainment's Charles Roven and Alex Gartner. Gyllenhaal's 9 Stories production with Josh McLaughlin's executive producing. And as Deadline first said, Guy Ritchie is no longer directing. Guy Ritchie would have been great. However, nobody's... I can't... Liar? Whatever that name is. Liar Nashula. Is going to be directing, apparently. So, I mean, that's not bad. Nobody's a great movie. So, as it says here, Scott Stuber, blah, 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 all these Highlander people in development, etc. It moved from Lionsgate to Amazon, which was a weird thing anyway. So the original Highlander in 1986 followed the climax of an ancient battle between immortal warriors, unfolding through interwoven past and present day storylines. The movie gained a cult following and generated a universe of movie sequels and a TV series. Russell McCulley helmed the original film. I'm butchering these names, I know. Which is produced by Peter S. Davies and William N. Panzer. Patrick Washburger is also executive producing. So Batista made a cameo recently in Paramount's comedy comeback Naked Gun, opposite Liam Neeson, back in June. Deadline said that Paramount Pictures has acquired the rights to The Romantic, a romantic comedy spec from Deborah Kaplan and Harry L. Font, with Batista attached to star. So he's moving up. He's making good moves. Or vaguely good moves, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. Is this good? Is this bad? It's kind of like it's a step down from Clancy Brown. But then, who would you get to play the Kurgan now? I always said this, and it was a take which wasn't massively well received. But Henry Cavill as the Kurgan, I think would have been great. We always see Henry Cavill playing sort of heroic roles and good guys. I'd love to see him play a baddie. I think that'd be wicked. I think actually he would make a good Kurgan, genuinely. But whatever. I think Dave Bautista could have done it when he was a bit bigger, but now he's a lot more lithe, a bit smaller. I mean, he's going to do it anyway. This is all but a lock. Again, certainly a step down from Clancy Brown. I think Dave Bautista doesn't have the gravitas of Brown either. Brown's voice was, I mean, it was epic, right? It's iconic. Dave Bautista's voice isn't. And I don't think he can command the screen as much as Clancy Brown still can to this day, actually. I certainly just don't think Dave Bautista has those. He doesn't have the charisma of Clancy Brown. And a lot of that does come from the voice, actually, which is certainly a shame, but because you can't do anything about that. So there you go. What else is there really to say? There can be only one Kurgan. And it's Clancy Brown. Terrible jokes. But there can be only one. And that will be Clancy Brown. The more and more we hear about this as well, this is the other interesting thing, is that the more and more we hear about this project now, not previously, but now, the more and more it sounds like a straight-up remake. Whereas Stileski previously made a lot of comments about combining things from everything. So it wasn't a straight-up remake. That was what he sold it as. Now it's sounding like a remake, which maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not. I don't know. I think it's interesting that that's the way it's being sold now, or seemingly sounding like it's coming together. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop it down below. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Probably won't. This video's a bit rambly. Cheers. Bye now.